distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed artists, craftsmasters, and executives. It is indeed a fantastic gathering for people working in the fields of arts and crafts. This celebration, organized by SACIT, I think is indeed a happy gathering, and I hope that we will get more concrete results from this symposium. So for me, I think it's really a great honor and a privilege to represent UNESCO at this important SACIT Symposium. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude for this kind invitation from Dr. Anucha, CEO of SACIT. The speech here will on what the CEO and the chairman of SACIT have been delivered. So I cannot say it's a keynote, but rather will be built on the vision and objectives already elaborated by the two previous speakers. So I will try to best to give a deserving overtune to the symposium's very timely theme, crafting sustainability across ASEAN and beyond. This is a vital topic, one that touches on how we can ensure that our traditional crafts, cultural expressions, and creative industries not only serve but thrive in a changing world. UNESCO is uniquely positioned as the UN agency dedicated to the mandate of culture. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development explicitly links culture with development, recognizing its importance for building sustainable, inclusive societies. So UNESCO's mandate in culture matters is implemented through 6 cultural conventions and thematic programs such as the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. I think this is being very popular here in Thailand. Our understanding of culture is broad, encompassing world heritage, intangible cultural heritage, museums, culture and creative industries, and of course, arts and crafts. We see culture as both a driver, contributing to economic and social benefit, and an enabler, supporting effective development that respects environmental sustainability and human resources. The cornerstone of UNESCO's cultural policy is the 2005 Convention on the Protection and the Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions. This treaty emphasizes that cultural diversity is fundamental to human development, fostering dialogue, understanding, and innovation. It encourages incorporating cultural practices such as art, music, crafts, the social traditions into sustainable development strategies. Supporting intangible cultural heritage and the cultural creative industries goes beyond mere preservation. It's about creating the enabling environment where culture can evolve, contribute environmentally and economically, and foster social cohesion. Why is this important? Southeast Asia, our region, is rich with vibrant traditions and a dynamic creative sector. However, these assets face significant threats: over-commercialization, globalization, society shifts, urbanization, and migration. Without proactive measures, we risk losing invaluable cultural expressions that define our communities and identities. It is thus essential to recognize that UNESCO views intangible cultural heritage and the culture and creative industries as interconnected. Our living heritage, crafts, rituals, dance, oral traditions forms the foundation. From these roots grew the artisans, performers, designers, and entrepreneurs who turn tradition into livelihoods, innovation, and pride. This is exactly the point Mr. Chairman just stressed in his opening speech. Yet, challenges persist. Environmental degradation threatens natural resources vital for crafts. Social issues, including rapid societal change, cause skills loss among youth, where complex intellectual property rights issues, especially for indigenous peoples, groups, hinder the protection. And we are happy to note that yesterday, here in Thailand, the National Act on Indigenous Peoples was passed at the Parliament. So we congratulate on this milestone action. So insufficient legal frameworks, funding, institutional support, and limited community involvement further abstract progress. The digital divide also prevents many creators from accessing markets or sharing their work. Economic challenges include culture misrepresentation and over-commercialization, especially of marginalized groups. Global markets often overshadow handicrafted domestic industries, risking their decline. I'm confident that many of you have encountered these issues firsthand. That's why I urge you to continue leading the efforts, developing approaches that respect cultural integrity, foster community participation, and promote sustainable practices. UNESCO stands ready to support you. We offer expertise, projects, and networks to help you succeed. For example, in Thailand, we are working with the Creative Economy Agency, CEA, the Department of Intellectual Property, Change Fusion and Fab Cafe on the Digital Creativity Lab, a 4-year initiative to create knowledge-sharing platform that empowers artists and entrepreneurs with new tools and connections to market. Also in Thailand, we mobilized funding from the SCG Foundation to support a project called Learn to Earn with Traditional Wisdom for several ethnic communities in protected areas in forests and seas. These include Karen and sea nomads in northern and southern Thailand. The project aims to support community-led development of environmental-friendly cultural products and services and to promote inclusive benefit-sharing mechanisms within these indigenous villages. In Lao PDR, we are supporting efforts to document traditional culinary practices, highlighting some of Luang Prabang's marginalized food cultures on UNESCO's International Food Atlas, a digital platform. Ensuring these practices are safeguarded and accessible. We are also co-organizing the meeting point on arts and social action in Asia this October in Vientiane, bringing together hundreds of artists and creative professionals from across the region. Through the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, or UCCN, cities like Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Sukhothai, Ho Chi Minh City, and Jakarta join the network in collaborating to promote local cultural industries, foster identity, and support inclusive growth for arts and craft industries. From these examples, I have several key messages from UNESCO that highlight areas for our possible collaboration. First, UNESCO emphasizes community-led approaches. Sustainable cultural heritage, both traditional and temporary, relies on empowering local communities, respecting their knowledge, and ensuring their active participation in decision-making and benefit sharing. The location we are having this gathering here, like Ayutthaya, for the past, it's a historical city, a World Heritage City inscribed on UNESCO's World Heritage List. For the future, it's also a cradle for the encountering of civilizations and intercultural dialogue. So I think this can give you a concrete picture what that means for the past and the future. Second, UNESCO promotes innovative adaptation. We can support creative industries that use the design, technology, and new business models to mobilize traditional practices, keeping cultural expressions vibrant and economically sustainable. Third, UNESCO leverages technology and digital platforms. We believe artisans and creators should have direct access to digital tools, enabling them to reach global audiences, document their knowledge, and develop markets, ensuring their benefits from safeguarding and expanding their cultures. So in this domain, UNESCO has also adopted a recommendation on the ethics of AI, I think, in the digital age. Fourth, UNESCO aims to collaborate with organizations, public and private, that can foster supportive policies and ecosystems for safeguarding intangible cultural heritage and promoting creative economies. This includes advocating for the ratification of 2005 UNESCO Convention on the Protection and the Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions in Southeast Asia, including Thailand. I'm very happy to recall that together with SACIT, in late June this year, we organized a high-level event at ASEAN on the occasion of the official visit of UNESCO's Director General, Madame Audrey Azoulay, to give the high visibility on the promotion of this convention in conjunction with a high-level fashion show. So, last but not least, culture and creative professionals are at the heart of this ecosystem. Your work not only enriches our cultural landscape, but also drives innovation and economic development. So, the sustainable future of culture and creative industries is in your hands. Finally, UNESCO stands ready to partner with Thailand to realize the soft power policy, promoting cultural diversity as an economic asset. We recognize local cultural expressions as vital to economic diversification and sustainable tourism, creating livelihoods and fostering pride. At the global level, culture is increasingly recognized as a key driver of inclusive and equitable sustainable development. This has recently been evidenced in the Pact for Future, adopted by the UN General Assembly in September 2024, which explicitly urges member states to integrate culture into their economic, social, and environmental policies through Action 11. During the recent regional consultation meeting for the Asia-Pacific region in February this year, member states endorsed to include culture as a standalone goal for post-2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. This vision aligns with the outcomes of the UNESCO World Conference on Cultural Policies and Sustainable Development, we normally call it Mendyagut 2022, where it called for culture to be recognized as a standalone goal in the post-2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. The conference identified key priority areas, including cultural rights, digital technologies, climate action, the economy of culture, heritage in crisis, and interrelation of culture and education. These areas reflect the multifaceted and integral role of culture in shaping a more sustainable future. The Mendyagut 2025 on cultural policy and sustainable development, which will take place in September this year in Barcelona, Spain, will serve as a platform to further address challenges and close gaps in achieving sustainable development through culture. So in closing, Southeast Asia's rich traditions and innovative creative industries can flourish together if we respect their roots, encourage innovation, and ensure inclusive benefits for all. UNESCO remains committed to working alongside government agencies, communities, civil society, and the private sector to realize this vision. Together, we can build a better future where our intangible cultural heritage and culture and creative industries continue to enrich our societies, empower our communities, and celebrate the diversity that makes us unique. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ